Decent over yet again from the senior campaigner. What a tournament, really, this has been. Full of fire and flair.
Once again to Laumi. And she just fumbles it. The rare occasion where she does. As the ball goes down to Laumi lane. Single picked up there. Not often you could say that.
Proves just as much that she is a mortal like you and me, Robert. Went for the run out, the direct hit nonetheless, despite being wrong-footed, tells you just how nimble-footed and agile this athlete is, and such a key cog in that high spin troika she is. Leg spinner Sulipan Lani brings a lot of control. Puthawang, the leading wicket taker in this tournament, offers bite with a left arm orthodox. And do not forget, Onicha Komchampu, the off spinner, adding variety to the attack. And looks like it's time for my almost namesake, as we have reiterated several times over in this tournament, to press her services into action. She's going to operate from the commentary end.
Onicha Kamshampu. Lively celebrations when she's picked up wickets on live TV. Hasn't picked up too many in the past couple of games. We're looking to do just that here.
Use of the feet just evades the fielder at short mid-wicket. Kunwar very, very lucky to survive that.
And it's another Kanchantam in that mid-wicket position. And Kavita Kunwar and Indu Burma playing a couple of deliveries in the air.
That's a lovely angle. Excellent work from our camera colleagues there. Top down, bird's eye view. A deft prod from Indu Burma, according due respect to Onicha Kumchampu.
Those two gentlemen paying close attention to proceedings, of course. Akshay Kumar Yadav, the opening bat, and the assistant coach.
Goes down the track, but straight to Natakan Chantam.
The opening bat for the national men's team, and Nitish Salekar alongside him, overlooking things here. Very committed to the development of this women's team. Been part of it for a very long time now.
In two minds is Indu Burma. Doesn't matter. She's swatted it, and off it whistles away to the square leg boundary.
Tell you what, we should rename that while we're at it. Call it the Indu Burma region of the ground. She's peppered that area with quite a few boundaries. Nothing but a short arm jab into that region, and it goes racing away. Wonderful timing, and she can mix that with brute force if she decides to. Saw her innings 7 ball 24 that won the game for Nepal.
Oh, chipped into the leg side. She's so very strong on the onside that she fancies her chances every time the bowler drifts a little towards the pads. You spoke of Nitish Salekar. He was, of course, at the helm of the coaching staff at the ICC Women's ODI Global Qualifiers in April in Pakistan. And this campaign is held by Avinash A. Oh, tried sending this into the orbit. Should get just a single run. And that ends Konchampu's first over and the power play in this chase, with Nepal putting on 26 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Well, Akshay Kumar Yadav and Nitish Salekar both playing for the national men's team as well. And we've got a couple more senior men's players in attendance in support of this women's team campaign. It's always a good sign to see the skipper, Austin Vincent Lazarus, who's in the supporters' tent alongside Yandre Kotsia. Well, 3 of these individuals had recently gone to Japan. All of them actually had gone to Japan. Akshay Kumar Yadav picked up the best batter of the tournament. Austin Vincent Lazarus, player of the finals, and Yandre Kotse was the best bowler. And here they are in that spectators' tent supporting the women's team. And speaking of Sulipon Laumi, she's going to be brought into the attack. And we'll try and cover the age 27, doesn't look it. And Sulipon Laumi comes from a hill tribe north of Thailand in the province of Chiang Mai. She was first spotted in a scouting program in a school just a little south.
Kunwar rocks on the back foot, pulls this with power, finds deep mid-wicket, slight fumble, but keeps it to just a single run, the fielder in the deep.
And during that scouting process, the school that she was studying in had a very good athletic program. And she was already part of the track and field, which is why she's blistering quick in covering regions of the ground and also picking up just a natural athletic ability that she has.
Indu Burma back on strike. Meets this on the full. And they're going for the direct hits, having a shy at the stumps. Pretty much every member, every fielding personnel stationed inside the 25-yard circle, denying those singles. Yet another deft broad. And now we know, Robert, thanks to that intel, what contributes to Sulipon Laumi being that agile fielder that she's been. And she's been that all her life, really. Has played a lot of international cricket already. The key cogs in the bowling attack and in that fielding unit of Thailand's. Loopy delivery, goes back and across. Doesn't middle it, yet again does Indu Burma.
A good start to the over from Laumi, just a single and 3 dots.
Uses the fit, drills down towards long off, heads across to the non-striker's end. Tidy first over for the leg spinner, Sulipon Laumi. Been a quiet start for Nepal in this tall chase of theirs. Nodled into the leg side. A single taken, they're trying to push for the second. Does that easily in the end. Close of the 7th over and Nepal a 30 for 2.
Well, the couple of wickets to fall there to the left-arm spin of Tipacha Putawong. In similar fashion, both adjudged LBW. Khatka and Podar, 9 of 7 for Khatka, 4 of 9 for Podar. They looked good in that first over, but since then, things have slowed down. Nepal are 30 for 2 after 7. They've still got Indu Burma out there, their skipper. Lots written on her shoulders throughout this tournament. Nothing much has changed here in the final game against the host Thailand, who are tightening the noose.
Flicked it off the boots. Yet again, it's the fielder at short mid-wicket, Natakanchantam, coming into fray, denying that single run. This is what the Thailand infield have done so well, converting single opportunities into dots for their side. Oh, tries sending this into the orbit and she's castled. Out comes the bow and arrow celebration from Onicha Komchamfu as she gets herself onto the wickets column.
Well, not what you wanted if you were a Nepal fan. Exactly what you wanted if you're a Thai fan. Onicha Komshampu flights one above the eye line. Hindu Burma deciding to go after it and, well, just missing it. I hope you didn't miss that celebration from Onicha Kamshampu. The bow and arrow. You miss, I hit. Money.
And the unthinkable has happened. Hindu Burma, for the first time in this tournament, has been sent back to the dugout. And this time, she ends her innings on just 7 meager runs. But what a fine hand she has played for Nepal over the course of this Asian qualifying event.
Absolutely. It's been a stellar performance from the skipper of Nepal. She's rescued her side on more than one occasion, unfortunately. And this one proving to be too much even for Hindu Burma. Pooja Mahato, the vice captain, walks out to the middle. And, well, while Nepal still have some batting, they've got Rubina Shetty as well. This ask now 10 and over.
Pushed onto the back foot, precariously tickled into the leg side. That LBW is also going to be in fray. A tidy, tight second over. 1 wicket already to her name for Onicha Komshampu, 2 dots. The pressure is mounting on Nepal. Flighted into the stumps, drilled back to the bowler.
Well, this is good bowling from Onicha Kamshampu and Thailand, sticking to their plans, not allowing Nepal anything to work with.
Nodled again to Nathakan. Onicha Komshampu will be looking to finish the second over on a high. Could be a wicket maiden. A statement of intent from their premier off spinner. Use of the feet, and it is going to be exactly that. Terrific second over, delivering the big wicket of the opposition captain Hindu Burma. A fine end to it, 4 successive dot balls. And with the conclusion of the 8th over, Nepal are 30 for 3.
Well, at the toss, Anisha, I asked Chaiwai, since they'd sealed the position for the global qualifiers, would she be taking things easier? Would they be experimenting with things? The answer I got was a profound no. And she said, we're not going to take anything easy from this point on. We're just going to stick to our plans and try and execute it to the best we can. And I think they're doing just that as they turn to Sulipon Laumi for her second over from the far end.
Thailand would be backing themselves to put on a good show in the global qualifiers. They will be competing alongside Nepal and USA, who've come through from the Americas qualifiers. Flighted, spooned up, chance for Concha Venkai. Nope, it falls well beyond her. But she's creating those opportunities, is leg spinner Sulipon Laumi. Thick edge flying over the wicketkeeper's head.
Yeah, absolutely. Slowing it down just enough. The batter was almost through the shot and deciding to just hold position there for the cameras, getting the leading edge and just going past Koncharankai.
Rocked back early, nicely fielded of her own bowling as Sulipon Laumi was struck firmly by Pooja Mahato. No mug with the bat, mind you. One of their premier batters, premier all-rounders even, vice-captain, also the skipper of the under-19 team that played that under-19 Women's T20 World Cup in Malaysia earlier this year. And she's played a fine hand in Nepal's qualification. Use of the feet, goes up in the air, fielder coming underneath it and taken. It is going to be Chani Dua Sutiruang, who's going to have that catch to her name as Sulipon Laumi strikes.
Well, lovely work there in the field. There was some distance that Sutiruang had to cover in order to get under that catch. The ball was up in the air for a very long time. Took the leading edge, hung in the air for quite some time, came in off the boundary, catching it just outside the inner ring. And they celebrate the 4th wicket to fall for Nepal. They'll have some much needed drinks brought to them. Conditions again very hot here at the third Thai cricket ground.
Well, Thailand are proving far too mighty for Nepal. Did so with the bat, and now in response to this tall target of 159, they're starting to unravel. 4 wickets already down. 2 of their key batters back in the dugout. Indu Burma, captain, out for the first time for just 7 runs. Their vice captain, Pooja Mahato, departing for a duck. Only 31 on the board for the Nepal women's cricket team in this final match of the Super 3 stage as well as of the tournament here, the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Asia qualifier in the Thai capital. But the hosts are putting on quite the statement and letting out the message loud and clear. We have been the most dominant side. We have been the unbeaten side amongst these two, and we are going to finish exactly that way as the overs close out and the curtains come down on this terrific qualifying event. Oh, keeps it slightly low. Doesn't get on top of that cut shot. Does the new batter, Raj Mathiari.
It's been a very commanding performance from Thailand, to say the least.
Back and across again. Played it to the fielder at backward point. It's been a spectacular showing from pretty much all the 9 teams. If you look back, some terrific moments, be it Michael Hill's spectacular catch by the boundary from Jordan at backward point, eking out that upset over Kuwait. Sulipan Lamy is pleading. Nishu Chaudhary is unmoved. And look at that reaction from the leg spinner. She has her hands on her head and probably telling herself, hey, umpire, perhaps that should have gone my way.
Towards the end of that, Slipon Lomi turns to the umpire and says that she does the Y in apology for the excessive, perhaps excessively. She's very convincing. She's convinced, 100% convinced, but the person that needed to be wasn't. Nishu Chaudhary, deciding that was not out, and a run and a wicket in Sulipon Laumi's second. Her best bowling figures, 4 for 9 in a game. And, well, Onicha Kamchampu will continue. They're going back to this performance from Thailand, and you did mention special performances. One that sticks out was that of Deshing Wangmo to win the game for Bhutan against Kuwait. And that's another dot. Onicha Kamchampu will just be happy to bowl these.
You spoke of Dechan Wangmo. I'll talk of Isha Oza's blistering century, the only one we had a chance to see in this tournament. Do not forget those 4-wicket hauls from Upadhyay and Katie Thompson. Use of the feet, played into the leg side. And it's been a tournament that has showcased why associate nations need those extra opportunities, because they're here to compete, sure, but they're also here to make that step up. And both Nepal and Thailand will have that opportunity in the global qualifiers, eventually competing for 4 berths left in the 12-team expanded Women's T20 World Cup 2026 that will be played in England starting 12th of June. Nicely bowled into the stumps. And it's the biggest ever Women's T20 World Cup that's going to take place. It's a reflection of the ride that women's cricket is having globally, the rapid strides being made. Cricket is also going to be part of the LA 2028 Olympics. 6 teams from men's and women's cricket apiece. Chance of a run out there. They're appealing. If that was a direct hit, Nishu Chaudhary is now stationed at square leg, says no, she made her ground nice and easy.
I look at the youngsters in the senior women's team, And that gives you a good indication as to how secure the future of cricket is in those nations. And I think of the young Jasvis and quite a few from Bhutan, in fact. And, well, Thailand have a few of their own, Nepal as well. And it's a career path for them now. They can take to cricket full time. Reverse sweep comes out. Is there some bat involved? Umpire Tabrakda nods his head, and that's always a good indication as to how these teams are set up for the future. When you take a look at the quality of the youngsters coming through the ranks, and I think most of these nations are doing really well. And credit to the ICC for giving them the platform to showcase their talent. Chantam misfields one, a rare misfield from her.
And who knows, Robert, as we close out the 10th over with Nepal on 33 for 4, one of these teams we saw competing here at the qualifiers might go on to play in that Olympic Games. Lots to look forward to as far as the future of our beautiful sport is concerned. As for now, it's time to head into a drinks break. The equation now for Nepal, 125 needed for them to get the better of the hosts, Thailand. 10 overs remaining. We'll come back with live action shortly after this interval. Well, Thailand have been the benchmark of consistency and control in this tournament. Clinical with the ball, sharp in the field and composed with the bat. And they've done exactly that across all three departments today and put themselves in a very, very strong position to finish this tournament on a high. Sulipon, allow me to continue from the commentary box end. Kunwar lobs this into the leg side. The fielder was circling underneath it. Eventually, never easy, running back. Kunwar survives. It was up in the air for a fairly long time. Nataya Bhuchatam under that opportunity. Nepal will need every piece of the rub of the green they get here against a very committed and well-rounded Thailand side. The equation now 124 required of what is left of a little under 10 overs. Wide delivery, tries getting on top of that one, takes a single, chances the arm of Nataya Bhuchatam once again. A semblance of urgency from Airi and Kunwar, taking on the rocket arm of the Thai infielders. Kunwar uses a feet, drills this into the mid-wicket region. That's going to be a welcome boundary for not just Kavita Kunwar, but also for Nepal. Got into position early and assessed that length so well. Gave it the Humpty. Good rewards in the end. Not a lot has come by for Nepal in this chase of 159 in terms of boundary. So a timely one that. Pulled away. The ball kept low. Should be just a single run. Thailand have hunted in packs with the ball, backed each other up in the ring. And with the bat, the top order has fired. In fact, pretty much their top 5 in their entirety when it mattered. Unbeaten so far and on the brink of completing a perfect campaign. Tried dragging this from well outside off stump, did the left-handed Raj Mathiairi. No connection on that occasion. Street smart bowling as ever from Sulipan Laumi, the leg spinner, facing up to the left-hander now. Nicely cut away, but straight to backward point, who was onto it like a hawk. Fanita Maya on this occasion. Laumi concludes her third over. Terrific figures so far. 1 for just 12 runs conceded, end of the 11th, and Nepal a 41 for 4.
Well, a lot of the mastery that you're seeing from Thailand has been a long, grueling process for them from the early days in 2007. The fact that they are so well-oiled and accustomed to difficult situations, they go through severe and agonizingly strict program in terms of development, and that's with 4 provincial academies that take care of grassroots development, and they've got plenty more coming through the pipeline. A lot of credit will go to the coaching staff who have managed to polish them and get them to where they are right now. And they'll be quite pleased with the performance. Sunida coming into the attack from the combox end.
Oh, ingenuity from Kavita Kunwar. They were up in appeal, both Sunida and wicketkeeper Nanapat Konchavenkai. Tabarakda, the umpire, not interested at all.
And as a result of that, more of the ethnic Thais have picked up cricket. Cricket Association of Thailand also doing their part, providing scholarships. That's off the toe end of the bat, another dot. And in such promoting the idea of a student athlete. So in case, because not all of them who decide to play cricket will make it, at least it gives them the opportunity to fall back on an education. So good initiative there from the Cricket Association of Thailand as well, to ensure that those deciding to take part in cricket also secure an educational background. Driven to mid-wicket for a single.
Interesting that you speak of the student athlete. It's not a concept that cricket is very familiar with, but Olympic sports have routinely done that, especially countries like the United States of America, UK. When you think of the NCAA circuit, the National Collegiate System in the US, so many of their medal winners, including the maverick swimmer, Katie Ledecky, has come through that system. many of their track and field athletes. So it's good to see an associate nation doing exactly that.
And that's another one. And they're chanting the arm, this time to Chanida Sutiruang. Well, and the other thing to that is, the upside to that is, student athlete, is that it makes for smarter athletes.
Because in today's day and age, you cannot afford to live in a bubble, the so-called athlete's cocoon. You need to think of a post-playing career and start doing so early. And while we applaud the Thai cricketing system that is nurturing so much talent across the men's and the women's game, especially in women's cricket, we must also take a moment to appreciate and acknowledge the efforts of the ground staff we've seen across this 21-match, 12-day tournament, Robert.
Well, an extension of gratitude to everybody involved in this tournament, including the ground staff. Pitching outside leg stump there, that was, shy at the stumps. Backing up is good from Chaiwai. It's a leg by signaled. And, the torrential rain that we had at the start of the tournament, there they are. They've worked overtime in bringing on the extensive covers to ensure that we somehow managed to get the group stages done.
They're the real unsung heroes in my book, because we've seen over half a dozen washouts, but they've worked tirelessly to keep the show going. So very important when you do not have control over the elements, right? And in a tournament where the stakes are so high, not least for the home team, they have worked day in and day out amid relentless rain and soaked outfields to give us full games, thrilling contests. But hey, thanks also to the rain gods for showing some mercy in the Super 3 stage. No washouts, no rainfall so far.
Absolutely, don't take anything for granted. Least of all, Thai weather. We're in the middle of our summer. May is supposed to be one of the hottest months. We had quite a bit of rain during this tournament, but the Super 3 phase of the tournament has gone, touch wood, untouched.
No wonder we are having to utter and indeed touch wood, because things can change in the blink of an eye, as I've learned as a non-local visiting Thailand and Bangkok for the first time in my life. I've had experience of traveling by car to the stadium and running into a patch of clouds and sudden showers, only to complete that 100-meter mile and seeing no rainfall whatsoever.
This one's pulled into the leg side of the front foot. It'll just be a single. And early on in the tournament, I believe it was the first game, Onisha, you asked me what my favorite dessert was, Thai dessert. Didn't give you a very good answer. Just gave you my favorite. Have you had an opportunity to go out and try some Thai dessert?
I did. Coconut pudding is the answer.
This one's tucked into the leg side, so not far off from my recommendation. I recommended coconut ice cream. You went for coconut pudding. Glad you enjoyed that. There is obviously the country's favorite, mango sticky rice with a little bit of coconut milk.
I can tell you, I have done justice to all the spice on offer across several Thai fare that I could order online or dig in at the restaurants.
We're looking for a drop and run there. Onisha Kamshampu gives the batters the stare down.
This is very disciplined showing again with the ball from Thailand, keeping it so very tight as the game starts slipping through the hands of Nepal.
Straight to Chantam, and as previously recorded, it will be a dot ball.
And what a statement it would be, assuming that they do go on to clean this up in style and finish with a win.